Yo, what's up, everybody? Chris Eaton, welcome to Fatman Live. We got our first legit porno chick in the fucking building tonight. Very, very happy, very excited. I'm gonna try and bring the energy. Okay, but before we get to any of that, let's knock out the sponsor list real quick. First up, Shauna, would you please? There we go. Chimera, Michael Boyce, Patrick McKnight, Andre Kosovich. Listen, a lot of ball python people having trouble selling shit right now. But Chimera is not having trouble. They did almost $2 million last year in sales. So Chimera will offer you consultation, breeding plans, and everything else. They also sell you pretty decent ball pythons, investment quality ball pythons. So go check them out at Chimera Reptile over on the old Instagram. Now, we got another guy here who's going to be at the Anaheim Super Show on, the Anaheim Reptile Super Show, July 27th and 28th. So make sure if you're in and around California, Brian Bodie is going all the way from Vegas to Anaheim, and he's going to peddle his wares over at the Anaheim Super Show. So check him out, give him a fucking holler, and let him know that the Fat Man sent you. All right. Great family snakes, Axanthic Pides, Axanthic Desert Ghost, nicest people in fucking Alabama. Got to tell you, they've been with me forever since I've actually met them. They're good people. Go check out their Morph Market. They just had a bunch of discounts on their Morph Market stuff, and you're not going to be, disappointed in the snake from Great Family Snakes. They're very family oriented. So if you're a family getting into it, they're the people to get into it with, because they're very the opposite of Fat Man Alive. All right, Portuguese pythons. They're going to be at the Anaheim Super Show too on July 27th and 28th. Listen, Danny and Renee Rocha are actually California natives. You should go and buy a snake from them, because Danny has stopped doing that dumb little mustache, that fucking 1970s porn star mustache, and he looks like a normal person again. So go buy a snake from Portuguese Pythons. Keep Danny into the growing as a man, okay? Portuguese Pythons. All right, my boy, small town exotic Shane Kelly was just in Tennessee today, helping out the Harbins with Jared Wood from Jaw Dropping Morphs. I appreciate all the shit that Shane has done for me. Shane's like one of my ride or dies in this whole hobby. If you need a quality ball python, gecko, hognose, Shane's the guy to go to. All right, small town exotics, everybody. Listen, visionary, my boy William Sanford out of Texas. Okay, gotta love him. Visionary Exotics. I helped him out with his logo. He's another one of those dudes that just listen when they ask for advice. And William is actually turning out to be a pretty awesome friend. So if you're down in the Texas area, okay, go check out Visionary_Exotics. Oh, I hate that underscore though. All right, let's get to some validations in the room, because I know that's the only reason you fucking people are here. Okay, Shauna, let's fucking go. Who was first here? Edge of Panic Ball Pythons was not the first one here, but you probably can't go back as far as I could go back, right? So I'll go back and I'll just do XXX Serpents. They were the first people here. I appreciate you, and thanks for popping by. Fucking look, Babak Farajapur. He really loves Andi Peacock. Listen, I've talked to Andi Peacock in the last couple of days. So do I. Okay. Jen Kate, fucking another Florida fucking hottie. What's up, Jen Kate? Shannon Lentz, Red, newest member of the Fat Man Nation Patreon. So I appreciate you, Shannon, more than you know. All right, let's go. Oh, it's obvious that this guy is here. Bone Daddy came for the porn star episode. Very nice. What's up, Vinny? How you doing? Let's see. Who do we got here? Brian Gillis and Holly Gillis. I think they did a show this weekend. Sky High Morse. Thanks for coming, guys. I think they're also on the Patreon. I got to go check it out. All right, now we could go Edge of Panic. Shauna, you could take it over from here. Fucking what's up, Edge of Panic? RNA Ball Pythons, what's going on, brother? How are you? Josh Bradshaw, what's going on, Josh? East Valley Exotics, that's my boy Chris. He was just in the lamest chat. Go check that out again after this show. Jaw Dropping Morse, also in the lamest chat. Go check them out after the show. Gecko Diva, fucking wife of VIP Morphs, also in the show. Dalton Carter, what's going on, brother? How are you doing, Dalton? That's the whitest name that I've ever fucking heard in my life. Jen Kate, we already said hello to you. Dwight the Pie Man, what's up, brother? How you doing? John Feely is here. Fucking how great is John fucking Feely, man? Let's see. Who else here? Dragon Soul Reptiles, fucking Patrick. Haven't seen you in a while. Who the fuck is DMing me during the fucking show? What the fuck? Will's Hella Heat. Fucking, you know who got some big yams is Will's Hella Heat's wife. Okay, she got some pretty big yams. He sent me pictures. Verifiable. Okay, verifiable. Will is batting way above his average. So I appreciate you guys for coming. We'll call out anybody new in the room. I noticed how we skipped VIP Morphs, Gerald. Basically, that's just like, fuck Gerald, right? Anyway, listen, I'm not going to fuck around. I know why you people are here, okay? You people are here to see the yams of the hot porn star, Andi Peacock, everybody.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. And fucking the only way that you get to show off ball pythons here is if you're a porn star, okay?
Exactly.
So that's the only way, okay? Otherwise, we're just like, fuck them, right?
Exactly.
But Timothy, thank you very much for the super chat. If anybody wants to throw a super chat, I appreciate it. I'm not using it to feed my animals. I'm using it to pay bills, pay this dumb podcast bills. Andy, do you want to hand those off or no?
Yeah, well, I'm going to introduce him real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Henry, our newest one. He is our banana Enchi leopard. He's on the move, so I'm going to probably hand him off, but there he is.
Andy has a dude right there where she could just hand her fucking snake. Yeah. Okay.
And this is our girl Anastasia. She's just a straight bamboo.
Straight bamboo.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Okay. This is what's great about this show is that you don't have to be a breeder with 200 fucking snakes. You could have 2 snakes and fucking come on. All right. That's how shallow I am. And I got no problem with that. So what's the deal? Why are you into the snakes all of a sudden? And is this a new thing, or were you always like, I want to get a snake?
Oh, geez, no. Oh, I was so anti-snake. I was so scared. Oh my God. So the whole story is, it was a one weekend we had nothing to do. We were like, oh, the Repticon's in town. Let's go. And we're like, okay. And I'm like, not thinking of planning on buying any snakes. It was like a husband's birthday. And I'm like, all right, let's go. We're walking around. He ends up finding a snake. We're walking out and I'm like crying, literally in tears with this snake. And it's like, oh, the whole way home. And I'm like, but once we got home and
you were crying because you fell in love with it, or you were crying because you were scared of it?
I was crying because I was scared and upset.
Oh, okay.
So I made like promises, like, you got to take me out to dinner now and blah, 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 all these things. So that I'm like, after a couple of days now, I'm like, I think she's the cutest thing ever. And I'm making sure she's okay, checking in on her, making sure she has enough water. So now I like fall in love with her. So now like 3 weeks ago, we get another one I picked out at another Repticon. So now we have 2. So now that's how we got into our little hobby of having little, 2 little more pets in our house besides our 2 dogs. So now we have.
So you're actually doing it because you like it. There's no breeding aspirations. There's no, I'm going to use them to make money. No.
We got enough going on in our lives that we don't need that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I pretty much think that you guys got enough income streams coming in right now where you don't need to forego that for ball python breeding, which is generally a losing proposition, just so everybody knows.
From what I heard lately, it's not going so great. So that's fine. We'll just keep pets.
They were probably licking your ass that you bought fucking 2 ball pythons at a Repticon. You know, they're probably like, yeah, whatever you want. You probably you probably could have got them for half price.
Yeah, they're like, how much? And we're like, say, took $50 off. They're like, sure. We're like, oh,
yeah,
okay, all right.
Yeah, fuck it. That's the whole industry is doing that now. You know, like, hey, $50 off, $80 off, $600 off, $1,000 off.
Yeah.
But okay, so the reason that we had you on is that you guys had an interesting idea where you wanted to start an adults only YouTube channel with the reptiles, right?
True. Yeah, actually, it was my husband's idea. He, you know, because I have this beautiful rack, of course, and we got the new baby. So then he's like, you know what? Let's start something like more fun, more not porn related. Let's do something that's more fun and just, you know, kind of emphasize both things that we love. So then I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, we went to Repticon. I kind of did a little interviews and had a great time. Now we're doing little shows, kind of showing like how they're doing, you know, little videos on like how we're cleaning and all that kind of stuff. So now it's exciting. We're doing that, and we're actually starting to do. We're looking for some more other women. Doesn't have to be busty, just pretty women who want to show off their reptiles, or it doesn't have to be just ball pythons, and kind of put it on our YouTube channel and kind of do that kind of thing. So that's what we're trying to do. So
are you doing like, are you just putting a call out for local women to do that, or?
It doesn't have to be local. I mean, anyone really. We're just trying to just get anyone at this point. We're trying to get our name out there, but we've asked people we've known and no one's really been interested.
Right.
I don't know. So it's not like the easiest thing. So it's, you know, we'll take, you know, any inquiries and kind of see who wants to.
Oh, let me tell you, there are so many reptile sluts in this hobby. Okay. So many. Like fucking who, any excuse to show off their tits or ass, they're gonna do it. Okay.
So I hope so. I'm hoping by being on your show that we can get a couple more.
Yeah, the majority of my fucking female fans are total reptile sluts. So yeah, you'll probably get a few emails. Okay.
Yeah. So we're hoping so.
Well, and you're I mean, you know, there's no secret. You do porn for a living, right?
Yes.
And you don't have like a day job. You do porn full time. You went right into it. You're not just an OnlyFans. You're just like, fuck that. I'm gonna do porn full time.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I do.
You're not expecting to replace porn money with reptile money.
No.
No, right. You even know there's no chance.
No, it's a big no. I know. It's just like, as much as I love these two, it's just no. It's pets. It's just pure hobby and just enjoying that. You know. Right. You get to take care of them. So that's all I really.
Well, I guess it's like a nice respite from all the other snakes that you deal with, you know. You know, like fuck yeah, I get it. Okay. But now you are legit porn. Like you're not just like, you know, oh, I do porn, I put up a homemade video on Pornhub.
No.
Like you do legit porn.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it started off. We started like on Pornhub and started our own website back in 2015. And it's just, we thought it was going to start off as just a little, you know, extra income for a nice dinner. And then there you go. We're almost 9 years later. This is our business.
Well, look at this. Look at this. I told you. From one woman to another, there's a 4,000 chance I'd motorboat you if given the opportunity. Okay. That's
there you go.
Results from SR Exotics. You should probably contact Andi on their channel. Okay. So what? I mean, we'll go back to the dumb snakes eventually, but what made you get into porn to begin with?
Well, originally we were just swingers. I met my husband. We were swingers.
Oh, okay. Wait. Then there's something even more to go back to. What originally got you into swinging to begin with?
Yeah, even further back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was a swinger since like 2009. I was long story. I was married, got divorced. I was single, met my husband. We got married like same year. And then we started our little Pornhub and we started our own website because the Pornhub was doing so great. So then now it's 9 years later. but only since December of 2020. What was it? 2022? I had a full-time job and doing porn. So I was doing both at the same time.
Okay.
So I've only been for like the last year and a half been doing porn full time.
Okay. So there had to be a monetary point, right? Like
Yeah.
where you said, okay, it's worth it to quit my day job.
Yeah, because
what did you do as a day job?
Accounting. I actually worked for a real estate company.
So you had a legit day job that probably paid you 75, 80 grand a year. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
benefits and all that shit. So that was the hard part. But then we're like, you know what? I make enough now. We can do it. So we made it happen. So it's been a little bit of a transition, but overall, I like doing this so much better. I have my own hours. We have so much more fun.
Right.
You don't have to like clock in all the fucking time. I can, work out in the morning when I want to and kind of just do our thing, which is fucking amazing.
Well, is there like because there has to be a window, right? I'm not being a dick, but for women, there has to be a window where you're like, okay, I'm gonna work porn until this age because this age nobody wants to fuck a grandma. But apparently, a lot of people want to fuck a grandma because fucking guilt porn is like my heavy on my fucking porno list, on my porno fucking list.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe I'm just gonna retract that question because fucking there's dudes into all types of shit, right? I mean, like
we're gonna do it as long as we can. At least I am. I mean, I think he wants to do it as long as we can too. We're trying to stay in shape as long as we can, and get as much as we can out of this because we got to make enough to retire. So we're like, all right, we're gonna keep doing that. I mean, there's still porn stars out there, like still doing it since like the 90s that are still out there.
Oh yeah. No, I'm well aware. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, make it happen. I can make it happen. So
yeah, that's fucking awesome. And you guys are in Florida, right?
Right. Yes.
Which is basically the new porn place, right? Because I know for a while it was in like Malibu and in the Valley in California, and then it moved to Vegas for a little while. And now I think there's a lot of porn going on in Florida, right?
Yeah, Miami, big time.
Okay.
And some in Tampa too, but mostly, Miami's the big one because that's where I do a lot of shoots. Is Miami, and Vegas is also the big one, and LA is also the big one. So those are the three big areas, at least in the U.S.
Right.
That we know of. So yeah.
Do overseas gigs pay as much or more?
I really don't know. I've known some stars who have gone overseas, like in Europe, and done shoots for them, but I have no clue how much they get paid. So I really.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, like, if they're gonna shit on you, I would assume that takes a lot more money, right? Because that's what I noticed the European and a lot of the Eastern European girls do. Is like, you'll come down here and you look great, but I'm gonna take a poop on you, and that's what we're gonna do. I would assume the rates go up, the hourly rate goes up, right?
I would assume so. Yeah.
And how far are you from Miami?
It's about a little over 2 hours, about
Okay.
2.5 hours, somewhere around there, depending on traffic and stuff. So it's not too bad. I've flown there too, which is it's a very short flight, but I'd rather drive.
Do you have like a hard limit on distance you would travel?
Not. I mean, probably within Florida, but I wouldn't go more than usually. If it's not Miami, I wouldn't go more than an hour and a half somewhere.
Right. Okay.
That's probably about it.
So tell me something. I mean, like you're the first legit porn chick I talked to. So obviously I have a million questions.
Right.
And they're not the obvious questions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm curious about like benefits. You got to pay your own health insurance.
Yeah.
I would assume so. You're like an independent contractor, right?
Yeah, exactly. We do. We have to, our insurance is all ours. Nobody, we're in charge of that because it's our own corporation. So we have our own business set up. So we have to have our own insurance. We have to, we do pay ourselves, but it's like 1099s and things like that. We have to fill out the paperwork. Even if I get shoots, I still have to fill out paperwork for them. And, you still have to do all the tax stuff and everything. So it's
right. Well, you're an ex-accountant, right? So you're pretty much you got that all handled. Your husband actually said something to me that I found interesting the other day, was that when you do shoots for like even the big companies now, where it used to be like a group of people, it's now like one guy with a with a camera that's a little bit more advanced, and he does all the paperwork, all the lighting, all the scripting, all the storytelling.
Mhm.
And is that because porn took a shot during like COVID and everything else, that they realized that one person could do 20 different jobs?
I think so. I think they must have, because I know at one point they were talking about a lot of these had actual like studios. So you would go to an actual like studio, like I don't know where it
Right,
would be, but they would have different rooms and different like
right, right,
places. Yeah. So I think they kind of cut back, and so they have one guy doing like, paperwork, photography, setting up the scene. I mean, there is a makeup artist and hairstylist who does the stuff, but I'm like, she only does that. But I'm like,
right.
man, it's a lot of work on one person to do all that stuff. I mean, he's great at it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like that's a lot.
Right. Yeah. But you get to film people fucking for a living. I would assume that the benefits of that job outweigh,
Yeah,
I got to learn paperwork to fill out.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that the guy would be like, I'm good with that. All right. I'll learn whatever you need to
Right.
tell me.
You probably just
So,
use
now is there, oh, all right. Look, this is a legit question. Is
Oh,
there
really?
accident insurance?
Oh,
Like, has anything ever happened to you where you're like, fuck, I didn't expect that to hurt so bad. All right. Fucking,
no.
we got to take care of this.
I don't know. We have actually looked into it, but we actually haven't like looked to it. We actually wanted to insure my
The
rack
roof.
here because we
Yeah.
were ever worried, like say something like say I get breast cancer or something. You're like,
Right. Right.
whatever happens.
Right.
I mean, there is people, but we haven't like actually bought any. But there is where you can insure certain body parts.
Right. Okay. You think you could insure a vagina with Lloyd's of London?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I would think that would be pretty fucking cool. And I asked that because a lot of these dumb snake people want to get their, $500,000 worth of snakes insured, and literally nobody will do it.
Right. Yeah.
So because it's a live animal, because of all that. Now, what's something that you would think that people don't know? Because obviously your job sounds awesome, right?
Mhm.
You just
Right.
fucking go in and have sex every fucking day.
Mhm.
What's something about your job that people would be like, oh, I don't know if I would like that part?
Hmm. Well, so for me, it's probably the easier. I have the easier job. I think that's just me. I'm like, I have to look pretty, make sure I'm hydrated, have pretty outfits. Like, I think the harder job is for like the guys. I think, making sure like I never am worried about coming.
You're an
I,
easy
I
comer.
come easily, so that's
Right.
never a problem. But something that probably don't know is like I make sure I have to hydrate. I'm one of those like if I don't hydrate, I'm a gusher. We'll put it that way.
So you basically go to a shoot with like a case of Gatorade and shit.
Yeah, like a gallon of water, and like I have coconut water. I bring all my like liquids with, so make sure I'm like super hydrated because I'm not always that like. Whoosh, gush.
Right, right, right. Yeah, but you want to be for the
Yeah,
camera,
and I
right?
do. I
Like,
want it
come on.
before, but
Yeah.
some of the scenes they don't always want that either. So then I have to make sure I not don't come too much and
Oh,
not
the
like,
people. Yeah, we had a name for people that didn't like the gushing.
yeah.
Fucking assholes. Yeah, fucking, yeah. We had names for them. All right.
I'm like, why don't you want that? I'm like, every guy wants that. I'm like, come on.
Thank you. Yes. What's your specialty? Somebody just asked that.
Oh, my specialty. Oh, I love blowjobs. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, dick sucking. You're dick sucking. Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. All the women in the room, listen to that. Okay.
And they weren't always. I actually had to teach myself, which was like that's another interesting fact.
Specific women in the room, listen to that. Okay.
I actually
right.
taught myself. I sat myself down. I had a dildo and I put on a porn. And I just watched the girl and I kind of just watched what she did, and kind of then from there I've always just I love it. I even took a course, and I'm like, why am I taking a course? I know how to fucking suck dick.
How much does a blowjob course cost?
I don't know. Some friend treated me to it, so it was like a girlfriend. We would. So I lived in Chicago, so then she's like, "This is like a girls' night out." I'm like, "Okay, this is ridiculous," but I'll go have drinks, whatever. And I'm like, so they, whatever. But it's
Well, yeah, hot tour. All right.
yeah.
Now, holy shit, I'm still on the gushing thing. Sorry. What are their man, geez, I almost don't even know what to say. I'm a big fan. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Now, what do you like back in your swinging days, right? Because I have a couple of friends that actually swing. And funny thing is that they're the two people with the most solid marriage that I know, you know. So I would assume that that's a big deal. But what I didn't know, and your husband said to me when we sat down the other day, was he had to pick your guy and you have to pick his girl.
Yeah.
Right? Is that a standing rule for all swingers, or is that?
Well, in general, you kind of want to make sure you have a connection between all these people. I mean, you kind of want to make sure you get along. Because I even, I want to make sure there's like, if we're going to all be playing, I kind of want to make sure we all like each other at least.
Right.
But in general, yeah, I mean, girls tend to be a little pickier.
Right.
So girls want to make sure the girls get along, and if they're fucking your husband or boyfriend or whoever you're with, you kind of want to make sure that you're okay with them, So it's kind of like you have to make sure everyone's in tune with each other.
Right.
At least that's how I've always done it, and that's how he's always done it. When it's kind of, you want to make sure you're all like on the same page. You don't want anyone just taking one for the team.
Right. Well, right. Yeah. Because when I had three-ways in the past, my one rule was balls don't touch each other, right? Like that's a big rule. Like fucking, because if my balls touch another set of balls, it's just over. I don't care how hot the girl is. I'm like, dude, I think I'm gay, man. All right. So
he's like, my husband's like, that's what sells, but that's what he would do. And I'm like, yes.
Oh man, I would imagine get Chris canceled tonight. There you go. Thanks, Paul. Fucking $50 super chat from fucking Paul. How much of it is real versus how much of it is fake?
Oh, like porn?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I make sure everything is always authentic, because the thing is, like for us, that's our thing. Real orgasms, real porn. Like, so we always want to make sure, like, there's a connection. Husband always interviews whoever the guy is, or even if it's a girl. We make sure he always chit chats, kind of gets a feel for them, and if he gets a good feel, I chat with them and make sure I get a good feel for him. We kind of do like this whole process, and then the girl too, same thing. He'll interview her, kind of meet her, and then have her talk to me and do a little thing.
Right.
So I want to make sure that if I have a connection with them, I can orgasm even bigger, and it's authentic. Right. And he can tell.
But with these bigger companies, do they ever have like a girl that's just like, well, this is the contract, we're throwing you with this girl, and you have to do it? Yeah,
that's the other thing. I mean, I've had the shoots. Out of the shoots, I think Pro is different than of ours, our amateur stuff. Which the pro stuff, I actually got along well with. Out of the 5 shoots I've done with one company, I think 2 of them I really got along with, and you could tell the chemistry was really well. You can see it in the porn because I worked with the same guy again, so it was nice because they could tell that we had chemistry. But the other 2 is like, not that I didn't, it's just you kind of go through the motions and kind of just make it look good. Gotcha. Which is like my job. So both of our jobs is to make it look good, him and I. So
acting, right?
Yeah. Acting.
I mean, that's what everybody forgets. There is acting involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're gonna disappoint a ton of the guys in the fucking room right now. All right. Is the noise real? And you know what noise I'm talking about. The blah, blah, blah. Is that real, or is that just fabricated?
No, it's real, dude. It's I would do that.
But let's go back. It's real for you.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, do you think it's real? Because I've seen some dudes with some little dicks that fucking chicks were choking on that dick, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that's happening.
That's all acting. No, I mean, there's times I've done it too, and you're just doing it for kind of just to make it sound good, and you're like,
right. So Gerald and Jared, just so you know, it's fake, right? Your wives are just acting, right? And what goes into like an amateur shoot? There's still a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah,
right?
There's a lot. I mean, if we're just doing it casual, like say we're throwing on the camera, say we're going like on Chatterbait, or we're doing a live show on our website, he'll still set up lights. He'll still kind of make sure the bed's ready, the lighting looks good. I mean, it's still a setup, and I got to make sure there's a blanket down. So it's not like a hurry up and just throw the thing on. I got to make sure I look pretty.
Right.
You have a kilo off on, so at least takes about an hour to get prepared.
Right.
It's very
so it's like there's a world of difference between that. First of all, I want to say thank you, all right, for actually making sure the shit looks good.
Oh, thanks.
Because
You
I've
always
seen
do.
amateur porn where like the bedroom is filthy, the kitchen is just a wreck. There's pots in the fucking sink,
Right.
and I'm like, wash those pots, man. Wash those fucking pots. All right.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Even the husband's like, "You're like, God, can't they like pick up their clothes?"
I hate that. And you know what made me really like your husband more is he did a video the other day complaining about ball python care, where he's like, every fucking time I gotta watch a half an hour video of a fucking dickhead that's telling me shit that I already know. And you didn't have to make it a half an hour. You could have made it 8 minutes because of one of these. And he held up a script. And I was like, thank God somebody else is telling them this and not just me. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a script in the amateur world too?
But at least for us, we are, I think, one of the rare few, at least that we know of. Because we like to keep it a little more, different than like just throwing on the camera and just going for it, because he doesn't like it just kind of floating off somewhere. The storyline, he wants the storyline to happen and then the scene to start, kind of like let it flow, kind of like a movie.
Right.
It's just a setup. So yeah, I like it.
Also, look, Yasir Abdul Aziz, what's up?
Ooh,
fucking rocking. I love your Mohawk game, brother. Killing it, right? Now, obviously, it takes a special kind of dude to watch his wife have sex and not get jealous, and it probably takes like a special kind of chick to watch her husband fuck other guys or girls and not get jealous. What in you guys snapped where you just said, okay, I'm not going to get jealous? It's just and like, you guys don't obviously have that fear of maybe she's doing this better than me, and maybe my husband or wife will love me less after this.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Like,
yeah.
But that's a natural fear that you would think most people have, right?
Yeah. We were on a topic on somewhere else that we were talking about this whole jealousy thing. But yeah, no, I mean, I used to have it way before when I was with my ex and working, when I was single. But like, ever since we met, we kind of, I don't know, ever since we kind of connected and fell in love, we kind of just knew that we're never leaving each other. So I can trust him completely that he's never going to leave me for anyone else. I mean, yeah, I do get jealous occasionally of these other girls, but I'm like, it's mostly jealous of them not being smarter and not usually him. But it's like, I trust him. He's never going to do anything. And he trusts me. I'm not going to go anywhere. It's mostly just us. Like, we know each other so well. It's like, we're not leaving each other for anyone else at this point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of dudes can't handle that. Like, a lot of dudes could probably be like, yo, I could fuck other chicks, but you can't fuck other dudes, or vice versa. So,
and plus, sorry not to interrupt, but he gets really off on it. He loves watching me, be with other men. So that's the thing. It's a turn on for him. So it actually gets him more turned on, and then it makes us have better porn, because then I'm used and like slutty, and he likes it, like, ooh, okay, she's been used, and like showing me off like all that milfy stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then he gets me all turned on, and then
right. Well, that's interesting, because I was approached by a couple in LA one time when I was young and actually had 2 legs and was fairly average looking, right? And they were like, the girl comes up to me and says, I really want to fuck you, but my husband has to be in the room. Right. Mm-hmm. So I just thought, well, how do I know that your husband's just going to sit in the room and jack off? How do I know that he's not going to fucking empty out my ass pipe? Right. So I said, I would feel better if I had a friend who could sit in the room and basically watch your husband. Right. And I remember and I remember the bouncer of the club just came over and he's like, I'll do it. Right. And I was like, why? Like, fucking. Well, that seemed way too easy, dude. Like, why do you want to do it? Mm-hmm. And it ended up never happening, but fuck it, it was still pretty funny at the time.
Crazy.
So now, how often a year do you do pro stuff versus amateur stuff? And what pays you more money? Because sometimes the pro stuff might be bigger exposure, but less payoff. Whereas the amateur stuff sometimes maybe better payoff and less exposure.
Yeah, it depends actually who you're working with, and if there's travel involved and all that stuff. But yeah, the pro stuff I haven't. The last one I did was last year. I haven't done any this year
Mhm.
because I did like was it two, like 3 scenes last year, so which is great. I mean, they pay well.
Mhm.
But it's overall, I mean, you only get paid that once and that's it. And they keep the scene and that's it. So whatever they give you, that's it. But like if we make our
Right.
stuff, are consistently getting money and money. I think in the long run, our stuff, but the professional stuff it gives you more exposure. So I
So
think
the
it's,
professional stuff basically pays you when they own the rights to everything.
I mean, yeah, you can advertise for them, like saying, "Oh, go see my scene at blah blah blah."
Right.
But
But you don't get anything off that.
no,
Right.
I mean, yeah, you have to pay. I mean, they'll give us like a free like 1 week subscription to go view it or whatever, but then that's it. I mean, that's all we get.
Right.
So
And when you do this YouTube channel, obviously there's going to be a limit to what can be shown, what can't be shown,
mhm.
and everything like that. Do you plan on having the YouTube channel scripted and like this is the way we're going to run certain videos, or is it just going to be a free form kind of do what you want kind of thing?
I think it's going to be a little bit of both. I mean, he has a couple ideas of doing some stuff scripted. He just kind of like more not scripted, more kind of just like an outline of things we want to make sure we
Right.
go over. And most of the stuff is just go with the flow, kind of like say the one we did with like cleaning the enclosure. That was just like an impromptu thing that we did on. We just kind of just went with the flow. So I mean, it depends on what the topic really is.
Right. Okay. All right. And what's the overall goal for the YouTube channel? Is it? I mean, because you have a pretty big Instagram
Yeah.
uh, following, so I mean, if you got half those subscribers to YouTube, you'd be making money off YouTube. As another income stream,
Yeah.
because YouTube, I think it's like every 1,000 views gets you like $50. I know
So,
every million views gets you $1,000. So is that the goal to just have this thing explode, or is it just to keep it a fun part of the hobby kind of thing?
just kind of a fun part of the hobby thing. We actually just wanted something to do that wasn't porn. That was kind of fun. It kind of we could still practice our like little scripts and kind of just show off
Right,
things still. But we
right,
wanted to do something that was more vanilla, but still fun and flirty and sexy and stuff. So I mean, that's
right.
just for fun. It's not really in there for money.
And obviously, anything that is seen on the YouTube basically would be like a bottom sell, right?
Yeah.
And then they upgrade from there by going to OnlyFans, going to the website, going
Right.
to things. So basically, it's a good upsells part.
Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
do you have an OnlyFans now or no?
I do, but it's mostly it is there. Mine it's there, but we usually use our business one is our main one on OnlyFans, our two Peacock Productions. So that's our main one.
Right, right,
Peacock
okay.
couple. So yeah, that's
And
our
there's a
main.
big difference in OnlyFans payouts from like 5 years ago, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, that was like our for a while. That was our bread and butter. I mean, yeah, our website was doing great, but that was for a while. OnlyFans was like boom. And then
Right,
all of a sudden, after it took a hit, it was like, man, at least our website was doing great. So then that boosted, and now we have other platforms that we have, so that we have supplemental.
right,
Yeah, OnlyFans is a good one, but it's not our bread and butter, not like it used
right.
to be.
Well, and tell people what happened at OnlyFans, why it came like that.
Oh yeah, because of all the underage, yeah, it was underage and people not getting approved for those forms, signing consent forms. That was the
Right.
underage thing. So then I got ever since that was what a few years ago. Ever since
Those
that,
were COPPA laws, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
then
right.
they shut like everything down, and then ours, we didn't get ours shut down, but it's like it's everything's very limited
Right.
for a while, and then now you gotta make sure you get all the forms signed and consent and IDs and yada yada yada. Which now
Yeah.
all the platforms do anyway, so it's not any different. So it's it's common for
Well,
everything. Even for
well, technically, Timothy is asking here, have you ever
yeah.
considered starting your own production company? But technically, you have your production company now,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
So,
'cause we pay ourselves. I mean, yeah, we do have these platforms, but that's we don't. you know, it's just other places people like to look for. So we're all over. So we get
Right. Well, and obviously, there's not really royalties on the amateur stuff. There's just continued payments of people that that want to do it, and I would assume that's better than royalties, right?
yeah, because we get the subscriptions. People keep doing the subscriptions or just
Right.
buying the individual videos. So then, yeah, we still get. It's always consistently going.
Right. Well, and how much of a part of it is the money? Like, do you sit down and think before you do a scene or before you do a thing where you're like, all right, this will probably make this much money, and it has to make a certain amount of money to make it worth it for us to even do? Like,
No,
do you guys think that deep into it, or are you just like,
no,
hey, this shit
no.
sounds like fun. Fucking people will watch it. Let's do it.
No, usually it's like he wants to know if he probably always is thinking of topics, and if he sees something that like it's like, ooh, that's hot, we're gonna do something similar to that. So then we'll go from there. He just goes off of whatever he sees, or if I think of something, which is every now and then.
Right.
But we just go off what we feel is hot or interesting, or something that nobody's done. So we're like, let's throw the camera on and try doing pictures like with this or with whatever. So I mean, we just do pretty much what we feel is sexy and hot, and not just what's going to make us the most money. I mean, that's never been. That's how we got started, was just having fun. That's all we want to do.
Right. And it's become, that's what all these ball python people have to learn. If you don't love it, don't start it. Okay?
Right. Exactly.
Because if it does fucking turn into a business, you're going to have to love it.
Right. Yeah. Because otherwise it's a chore, and it's like, who wants to make it a chore? It's like,
right. It becomes work after that. And then it's not fun anymore.
Right.
Now I'm going to ask the opposite question. What won't you do? Like, what doesn't turn you on? What's not a thing that you're like, did you ever get a job where you're just like, ugh, like fucking, I'll take the job, but
like making cold calls. Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's like a big no-no for a regular job. The only, like, for our job, the only thing that's a big no-no is kind of like, we're not like super extreme, like, the peeing and like,
right.
No, we're not. I mean, we'll do light stuff back there, but that's pretty much like, we're not into that heavy butt stuff.
Right.
That's like our big no-no. Otherwise, I'm into like light bondage. I'm not afraid of doing that. I've done, up on the crosses and things like that, and little froggers and stuff like that. So I'm not into it. And hubby is, willing to explore too. He's done some bi stuff, and we enjoy bi scenes. So we're not up to, we're pretty much up to anything.
Oh, that's where I would be like, ugh. Like, really? I'm like, I don't know about that. All right. But you put enough money behind it, maybe. All right.
I mean, yeah, he did try it before we ever did anything like on camera or anything like that. He's like, I want to try it first before we do anything. I'm like, hey, totally fine. I'm like, I'm not going to make you do anything.
Right.
So he actually enjoyed it and had fun. So then I'm like, hey. So then it makes scenes a little hotter when everyone's a little more comfortable.
Right.
So
okay. Well, I mean that makes sense.
Right.
Now I was talking to Lexington Steel one time.
Okay.
And he was telling me that porn is the only industry where racism is still allowed. Like the girl could actually say, I don't want to fuck a black guy, or the black guy could say, or the black girl could be like, I don't want to fuck a white guy. Mm-hmm. Is that still true? Especially with this woke fucking environment that we're in, where you're going to be like, well, of course I'll fuck a black guy. Of course I'll fuck an Indian guy. Is it still like that? Like, do you have the choice of like who to work with when professional people?
I haven't actually encountered that. I mean, I've worked with both when I've done scenes, and I have not had an issue. I haven't seen anyone who's had an issue with it. Not that I personally know of or heard of. I mean, dude, a lot of people like the black guy and white girl. I mean, that's like huge. So the BBC, I mean, that's huge. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone not like have an issue. I think everyone's up for almost anything.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who are particular. Like, I know one girl who won't do, a black guy at all, which is up to her. I mean, that's her thing. Like, whatever. But I'm like,
right. Okay. All right. So it's still in there. It's probably not just as prevalent as it was.
Yeah. I think people just have their own preferences. And if, it is what it is. I'm like, I haven't. It's never been like huge though. I don't. At least not for me.
Right.
It's
Right.
been a huge thing.
No, fucking other nationalities. Fucking that's a great fucking time, right? It's like fucking that's the greatest thing in the world. It's like, I've never fucked a midget, and it's technically on my bucket list. Have you ever fucked a midget?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I've never even encountered one, so I don't know.
You never encountered a midget?
No.
Oh, man. The midgets are gonna come after you now. Like they're coming after you. All the little fucking people that haven't had a job since fucking Return of the Jedi
Right.
and Wizard of Oz are gonna be like, "What about me?" with their arms,
Right.
you know. They're gonna be like, "What about me?" Did you ever like encounter like a dick where you were just like, "No way is that thing going in me"? Like fucking like I'm not doing that. That's gonna hit my kidney and just feels like it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Well, I've seen a couple, but most of them. I mean, the only one that I've seen that I've never done that I'm like, oh my god, no. But I'm like, I would never work with him anyway. He's too big of a star, and I don't think that would work. But no, everyone I've had, I've taken. So it's and most of them are pretty nice and gentle. At least I tell them ahead of time. I'm like, please. I tell them ahead of time. I'm like, please go start slow, and I'll let them know when to go a little bit more.
Well, so I mean, common sense is like fucking. You know, you're not just gonna jam that dick in there. But I have seen
there are some that do, but yeah.
I've seen on on Pornhub, but he has an Instagram account, like the world's largest cock, and it's a dude with a fucking like a 4-foot cock, right? And it's literally it's insane, dude. Like fucking and you know you just don't know because prosthetics are so easily done right now, right? It's like, was that a real dick? Have you ever had a chance to work with the world's biggest cock and just said, no way, I'm not going to do it?
No, I haven't. But
I think he likes snakes, so you may want to call him for the YouTube channel, right?
Okay. Right? Why not?
Just check it out. Okay.
Just to see.
Yeah. Now, is there a goal to the look at this. I want to be a porn star, but the agency won't interview me because I'm Asian. Told them good things come in small packages. Fucking Patrick is actually like a 6'7" Asian. So he probably has an average sized dick.
Yeah, probably.
Right? There's no way it's 4 foot. It has to be enhanced. It might be. But also I know the dude comes for like 35 minutes.
Well,
it's just like fucking it's 35 minutes of a dude coming, right? And it's just messy as fuck. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of, but there's something for everybody, right? With porn,
right? Everyone's got their thing.
Like what these people like and what they don't like, and I wouldn't be surprised if fucking, I guarantee that every guy in this room has a dick picture on his phone. Now, do you get a lot of dick pictures on your phone?
Well, actually, the hubby does that. I do, but yeah, when I do, like, say, if I do Chatterbait or Sex Panther or something like that, oh yeah, dude, they come like, but they have to, I put it where they have to pay to send me those pics. So then, like, if they do, I'm like, they pay whatever my little fee is, and then that way they like.
No shit, that's awesome.
You're so like, it limits.
I'm not gonna waste my time looking at your dick.
Right. So you gotta pay me whatever it is, the $2 or whatever it is, and I'm like, all right, then I'll look at it. Or if I do a dick rating and you're like, okay, well, pay for the dick rating, and then that way I'll look at your cock.
Cool. What's that number? Right. Just want to make sure I'm sending it to the right place. $2, I'll do that all night long. Now, snakes, more snakes, less snakes. Happy with 2?
We're happy with 2. I mean, I think I was surprised we even got 1. Like now we have 2. But yeah, no, I think we're happy with 2. I mean, we're debating on if we want to, have them breed or not. I'm like, do we like them? Like, if we have that, I'm like, who are we gonna have to sell them? I mean, I don't know any of this stuff.
Right. No, I get it.
I'm like, maybe we'll just keep them separated and then we can figure it out from there. So I'm like, we'll just do it that way.
Well, really, I mean that's the ball python community is so fucking toxic, right? That I'm sure it's not as toxic as porn. I'm pretty sure that there's
It's a little different.
it got to be very, but the drama has to be very similar. Okay.
Oh yeah, very similar.
So people are already, and we talked about this. You cohab the two snakes that you have,
Right.
and you're just basically like a pet owner right now. You're not a breeder, right?
Mm-mm.
So
No.
everybody's gonna fucking come at you once they go to your page for a different come at you. I mean, I'm verbally attack you, not
Right.
Yeah, right. But fucking, what do you got to say to them?
Well, I mean, we'd actually done our research. We actually asked when we were at the show. I'm like, we asked the person we bought the snake from. I mean, and other ones I did little interviews with and what they thought, and it was a mix. So it's like, okay, well, we'll try them together, see if they when we got home, we're like, all right, well, we'll put them together, see how if they even get along, like if they even want to be together. And instantly, actually, they wanted to be in the same hide together. We bought a new big enclosure so they each would have their own side if they wanted to. They both end up staying in the same hide together, like snuggled, snacked on top of each other. So I'm like, okay. Well, so I mean, it's only going to last so long before the boy is like, mature and wants to get some. So we're already starting to think maybe in the next couple of months we're going to have to close it off, or even sooner.
Right, you have one of those cages with the divider in it, right?
Yeah, we are now. It's just out. We'll put it back in, and it's we have everything to keep it separated, so it's
right. Yeah, because a male normally, I mean, they could, they could start wanting to hit at like 600-700 grams, right?
Yeah.
Now theoretically, you're not supposed to fucking breed them at 700 grams.
Well,
but the females have to be at least 1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. You don't want to also, because a male will fuck itself to death, right? So fucking, it'll just fucking kill it. But yeah, I would separate it. But I think that as a pet person, you keeping them together is not a big fucking deal. I know I'm gonna get some shit, for that too. But I think as a pet person, if you separate them once the male hits around 600 or 700 grams, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, they're happy, not happy. Not that I can tell that they're happy.
Well, that's the thing that pet people do, and I don't agree with, is apply human attributes to, like, oh, they're cuddling with me, no, they're not cuddling with you. They're going to you because they're warm. Because the fucking ball python, dumbest snake on the planet, right? I mean, literally, it's like, it's Down syndrome. They should call that the Down syndrome snake, because fucking they're just happy and stupid all the time.
Yeah.
But I would separate them once the male gets a little bit bigger. Not a big deal. You just don't want to hear the constant criticism from 3-month-old fucking hobbyists that think they're pros.
Yeah. No, we're already prepared.
Yeah.
I'm like, but this is what we decided to do, and it's like, it's our pets, and it's not like we're breeding them on purpose. We'll do it.
Right. And the thing is that fucking, there's nothing wrong with having a little display that shows off a cool animal. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But these ball python people don't think that. These ball python are just, people are just like, I'm going to breed it. I'm going to make $700,000 the first year. So it's a little bit fucking crazy. You see yourself venturing out to like lizards or monitors or anything like that?
I don't know. I mean, I was at the show and I not fell in love, but I started to think little geckos were cute. But I'm like, in general, I don't think we're getting anything else.
Right.
I think ball pythons are about it.
Well, the cool thing about ball pythons, you could go away for 5 days and they'll be fine.
Right, exactly.
Whereas like a gecko has to eat every day, you basically have to pay somebody to come, take care of your shit. And basically, oh, there you go. We're going to do a video telling people to eat shit. There we go. That's the way to do it.
That's
the way to do it. Fuck them, right? Fuck them. So at the end of the day, though, because it's just about coming up on an hour, how could people get in touch with you, and where would you rather them get in touch with you? Because you definitely don't want direct messages from some of these degenerates in the room.
Right now, just for the snake stuff, everyone follow the Racks and Royals on YouTube, and our contact information's on there.
Okay, cool.
And then porn stuff, you can find Andi Peacock. You can find me real easily.
Yeah,
That's not a problem.
Andi Peacock everywhere, people.
Everywhere.
Okay.
That's not hard.
Right. Well, Andy, thank you for being here and
Thanks so
spending
much.
an hour with me.
Great
I'm going to
time.
put you backstage for a minute and just say goodbye to everybody, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Well,
So
thank you
just
so
hang out
much.
for like 5 more minutes, and we'll take it out from there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, babe. Bye bye.
Mhm.
Yo, tell me that wasn't the best fucking reptile related podcast on a Sunday night. That's all I'm saying. All right. Fuck you fucking perverts in the room. Dude, that fucking Indian dude. I mean, he was right. Fucking, do you do milky fucking titties? Do you do pregnant video? A little bit fucking, I don't know, dude. That might have been a little offensive to my girl Andy. But anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out. Tomorrow night, Snakes and the Fat Man, the main show with Summer from Canova, who I don't know if she's gonna want to do the show, fucking, because Summer is not into porn. So I think she may hold this against me, but maybe not. We'll see. And then Lenny from fucking Demonic is going to be on 15 minutes, so he's definitely into porn. Like, I've seen that dude. That dude is so into porn, and I never even talked to him about it. I just know that fucking he's that into porn. So guys, thanks for coming. If you like what you see here, fucking join Patreon on patreon.com/thefatmannation. I'd appreciate it. You have access to exclusive videos, not videos like Andy makes. I mean, you people don't want to see me fucking, and but exclusive other videos of me shitting on shit and talking shit about the hobby, and it's fun. It's a fun little community. Join the Discord there. For as little as $5 a month, you could have access to the Discord and everything else. So I will see you guys tomorrow night, and hope for a non-drop in the fucking viewers. We got a few more people here tonight. Maybe we'll have more viewers tomorrow night. Yeah, hit the fucking like button, please. All right, come on, help me out. Fucking smash the like buttons, mom. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow night. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.